Capital One knows life doesn't alert you about your credit card.
Pitch hitting, catcher number 2. Also Karen in row J eating the hot dog. Did you mean to tip 167% yesterday at Le Cafe restaurant? Just checking.
So, meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that catches things that might look wrong, like over-tipping, then sends an alert to your phone and helps you fix it. Eno, another way Capital One is watching out for your money when you're not. Capital One, what's in your wallet? See CapitalOne.com for details. Limitations apply.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see your practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
She's actually making a face or not.
Doesn't like it when I swap. Okay.
Hello, this is Jim the Keys, bartender, coming to you from the Catch Restaurant in Key Largo. It's episode 83 and called Independence Day.
There you go.
Independence Day. Luke was explaining to me what that meant after I came up with it. And he came up with it 30 minutes later. But, I mean, like I said, it wasn't independent. I'm sure it's like the million monkeys typing on a typewriter for 1,000 years. They'll come up with the Shakespeare play or something like that. That's random. Yeah, or something just by hitting random keys.
Remember that computer program they came up with? And
I'm here with Luke Glenn, who's talking right now. Keep on talking.
Oh, they were supposed to decode the Bible with this thing, and then they used Moby Dick, and they came up with the same.
Pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And the point being?
There is no point.
No point. Okay, I'm here with Bill Wissinger. I'm Jim Brand, the Keys bartender. I'm here with Tony Allen.
When have we had
our
a point?
Keys mortician.
Yep.
And Glenn, Luke Glenn.
Well, I've been driving taxi, so I'm kind of like
taxi musician,
Keys cabbie,
and
Keys musician.
itinerant wizard from Middle Earth. Okay, here we go. Right? You got it.
Well,
Good.
Bill has a lot of jobs too, man.
Oh yeah, Bill does have a lot of jobs.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of them.
We all do.
See, the thing is, Bill keeps giving away the fact that he knows how to do shit.
Yep, and there's people that need shit done. I wanted to start today. This is a great story, and you know what? The beauty of this story is, you know what? It's not all the things that a local man arrested for video voyeurism at a drugstore in the men's room. In the men's room.
I heard about that.
Yes,
in Big Pine?
In the men's room.
Oh, dude.
Meaning he put a video camera. The guy was he was an employee, a liquor store clerk at the Walgreens liquor store,
Yep.
and he admitted to placing a small camera in one of the stalls. The guy's name is, what's his name? Ray Gallegos, 32. And
32.
Yeah, and he stated that he was curious and was influenced by a friend he never met called Jason, whom he communicated with via text message. Detectives noted the Walgreens had no knowledge of Gallegos' activities, but that's kind of real funny. During the search, deputies discovered videos, pictures depicting a bathroom stall that Gallegos allegedly identified as a men's restroom in Walgreens Pharmacy in Big Pine Key. So, you know what? The We Too movement, with women being harassed, at least there were guys sitting in a stall of the Walgreens being there.
But who you gonna see in the stall of a Walgreens? Some old dude picking up his prescription and they're changing his diaper, his Depends.
Wait, that could be Sexual Independence Day. There we go. That's kind of appropriate.
Tied that together
I tied it.
bit.
Well, I just came across that. And
We'll tie it all in there.
The world is getting better, isn't it? Everyone's harassed.
I wonder if that Jason guy that he was texting was the guy that was putting them in the women's bathroom. You guys hear about that? It was like about a year ago.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's a commonplace thing. People doing
but
that.
he was using those coat hangers that have a camera
little-
built into it.
Yep.
That should have been a giveaway. Who the hell wears a coat in the Keys? It's too damn hot here.
Yeah.
Well, they were putting in the stalls like changing rooms.
Oh, I just heard it was in the bathroom.
Okay. I mean, why would?
Oh no, those are the ones that they like if you wear a hat like Bill and then it's really hot and you got to take a shit. Sometimes you want to hang your hat up.
Hang
while
the
you
hat
take a
up.
Shit,
He's got
so
it
you
down.
Don't sweat your hat all up while you're having one of those excruciating bowel
here's
movements.
Here's another story, and this is the last story I'll do. Visitor opts to vacation in abandoned residence.
Oh, that was a good one.
I like
that's
that
a good one. It goes, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office arrested Matthew Eldon Prescott, 45, on charges of criminal mischief, unarmed burglary, and petty theft on Tuesday, June 26th. Deputies discovered Prescott after receiving reports of suspicious activity at a residence on Big Pine Key. Upon arrival, deputies found Prescott, his daughter, and his girlfriend unpacking their belongings in the house as if they were on vacation and moving into the residence. According to the report, Prescott initially told deputies that he knew the homeowner and he was in the process of purchasing the property. He also said his lawyer was aware of the situation. His lawyer. If he wasn't then, he is now. Let me go to the...
Can I just say one fun thing
What?
about
Yes.
that? Is the reason that I can afford to live in the Keys is because of people like that.
Yep.
I live in a house that would appear abandoned,
Yep.
except for
The fact that you're there.
Okay.
So that's I think my landlords deserve a discount on their taxes because they provide affordable housing. You know.
That the story is.
Oh, no.
But I love that one. It's reason for that. He found the prices for.
Yeah, I was gonna say the long story short, he wanted to go to a camp
Yeah,
yard.
but he found the prices too dear,
Yep.
and so he decided
To break in.
go.
What, the prices at the campground too high?
Oh man,
Yep.
the prices of campgrounds
Yeah,
are
so
insane.
he just decided to go to a house he thought was abandoned.
Yeah, they found camping gear and all kinds of stuff in his car, so he was going to bring his family down on a camping trip. They were going to stay at a campground, but he thought it was too expensive, so instead
he's
they
just
broke
being
into
a
a
cheap
house.
bastard.
Exactly.
And this being July 4th, we had our parade. Were you down at the parade, Tony?
No, I was not.
Bill, were you at the parade?
I
it was way too hot.
drove through the parade 4 fucking times while I was working my cab shift.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I was amazed. I mean, there was a lot of traffic and it was slow, but I was really amazed at how well they handled
I'm sure
it.
if you
man.
rolled
They
down,
did a great
if you
job.
rolled down the window and started waving at people and throwing shit
No,
out
you
of your
get
ashtray at them.
No, you get arrested for parading without a license, like on fucking Easy Rider, man, with Dennis Hopper and
But they were by themselves.
Peter
weren't they?
Fonda. Yeah, well, they're on their motorcycles
Yep.
and they got arrested. And so if I start throwing shit out the window,
Well,
I'll
on
be
this
parading
on
without
this
a
Independence Day, I like to remember yesterday we were started talking about fireworks, and we never really got to the thing on it. And I'm gonna the one downer, and it is a downer, but it is stupid too. The guy Devin Staples was 2 or 3 years ago. He took a mortar and he put it on top of his head.
Oh, I
and he-
remember that. Yeah.
He fired it off, and it
what kind of a mortar?
One of those firework mortars.
Firework mortar, not
It's like
a mortar
big
mortar.
3-inch tube that you sit down.
Right.
Yeah, and it's about a pound, so the
Yep.
amount of thrust it takes to throw it
It's
out.
got this hand grenade looking thing with a cannon fuse on it.
So it's going to throw like either a one of them poppers or a...
Yep, way up
Yeah,
in the
you know,
sky.
but in order to
One of those
develop
cardboard, one of the cardboard tube ones that you drop it down in.
Right. Okay. Wow.
yeah, but it was enough. It
and
was
he put it on his head.
Yep.
What a dork.
he's dead. He died immediately.
Thanks,
They didn't
Darwin.
even. They didn't even call an ambulance. I don't think they
Yeah,
didn't even call an
no.
ambulance
No,
on
yeah.
the guy. It was so like the-
Grotesque.
That was,
Well, he was
I
dead,
actually
dead,
saw,
dead.
I saw a comedian a couple of days ago. He was funny as hell. He an older guy, and he was going, "This whole generation is soft. All you millennials are soft."
Oh, I saw that the
when,
other day,
When
yeah.
we were kids, we played with knives and guns and fireworks. All the stupid ones didn't make it.
Yep.
Yep.
If you look left and right, you probably got a stupid one sitting right next to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So this guy, the family came out, and first Tony and I discussed this before. They were angry at the fireworks.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the firework manufacturer or the law itself
Yeah.
because of those type of fireworks, but they had wanted them banned because how would somebody that's drunk not know to put the mortar on top of their head?
or stick a firecracker in their mouth and light it.
Oh.
Because I had a friend who was high.
Yep.
His name was I forget the guy's name, but we were all getting high, and someone had the Black Cat
So-
firework, and he took one, and after he put it in a joint, he took a Black Cat firework, put it in his mouth, and he lit it up, and he was boom, and it his eyes just went. He went from squint-eyed to a little wider and back down. And the next day, man, it was like a bad plastic surgery thing. It was all blown out and blackened right there, burned.
So, when I was, as long as I can remember, I've lived in Florida basically my whole life, and fireworks were always illegal.
Yeah, but they got a law
that you could have was a sparkler.
No, let me explain. No,
and,
you know how they sell
used to not be able to even sell.
They sell it.
They came up with
sell
a
with a
loophole.
waiver. The loophole is
you can use it for
the
scaring
agriculture
birds.
loophole.
Correct.
That you can use it because the farmers and people in agriculture say they use it to scare away birds.
Well, see, it's not even just the fireworks; it's the gunpowder.
Yep.
So the old fireworks had too much gunpowder in it. It put it in a different class. So once the farmers were able to break into that and get the amount of gunpowder to use on their farm to scare away birds, it opened the firework industry back up because they keep the right amount of gunpowder in there to go right under the law.
Well, in West Virginia,
Screw that! I want more artillery simulators, man.
Exactly.
in West Virginia, we had nuisance deer and whatnot, and we were allowed as farmers, as if you lived on the farm, you could take a deer out of season.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so here in the Keys, I don't really see a big need for keeping the poor little fucking key deer out.
No, not
anybody's vegetable
the
garden.
deer. Not the deer. It's actually for birds and stuff like that. They say now because
Well, that's why you hang that fucking statue of an owl, man, or whatever that is, to scare the birds away.
Okay, we're not saying it's the right thing to do,
I'm just
Luke.
saying, I
We're
just
just
don't even know
suggesting
how they
that
came up with this logic.
fireworks company took advantage of a loophole.
Yep.
And supposedly it's $1,000 fine in Florida if you do it. But it's one of those things I have never seen on Monroe County Sheriff's Office.
Look
police
tomorrow.
blotter, seen anybody arrested for
Look
fireworks.
tomorrow. You'll see half a dozen.
Couple.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that-
because they're morons.
yeah, drunk, stupid. And when the cop says, "Hey, don't blow the fireworks off here," stop blowing off the fireworks. Don't aim one at his cruiser. He's going to take you to jail.
I got picked up for illegal fireworks, but that wasn't even us. We were coming back from a beach or something like that, and coming back to our house. And if we had fireworks, we would keep them in the house. We wouldn't walk 3 blocks away.
Again, it depends on the fireworks because people get caught with that. They'll come from one state to another, and they'll bring ones into Florida.
The Class B's.
You know, it's
Correct.
funny. Yeah, a lot of the states that sell them, they're illegal in those states.
Correct.
So Pennsylvania you just have to show an out-of-state license.
Well, for us, when we'd go up to West Virginia and visit and then come back to Florida, we'd always hit that south of the border
South
place.
of the border.
Oh yeah.
I do it for the delicious food. That's a
South of
joke.
the border?
It sucks. It's shitty,
okay.
shitty
I was gonna
food,
say,
and
I
the
like
low,
tourist
low,
town.
soy
and
burgers,
the low,
man.
and the low price trinkets that they have. So,
Oh, and you can go for a stroll in their dinosaur garden.
Dinosaur Garden.
Does
Did
that
they
still
have
exist?
They have a miniature golf course.
I think they did. Yeah, yeah.
miniature
and,
golf.
and the slide.
Can I get a Bud Light? Yeah.
But you got to love those knickknacks they sell, all that, cheap stuff that they have like 3 or 4 times markup. It feels like you're in Mexico buying it. I swear.
Except for the price markup in Mexico, it would be.
It depends on what
cheap
border
as
town
shit.
you go to in Mexico.
Oh, I remember as a kid going there. I went a kid going down to Tijuana and then going down when I was in the Navy. Was a kid going down to Tijuana. I gave someone 2 cents.
Was you there with your family when you was in
I was there with
Tijuana
my-
when you were a kid?
Yeah.
That's
I
the only
gave a
time I
kid
was
too.
there.
I gave a couple pennies to a kid, and he was happy as hell for the little piece of gum. Chick-fil-A.
When I was in the Corps, I was over there, and I can remember going to one of these little border towns. And
Did you go to a donkey show?
No, but
Did you go to a horse show?
yes.
Okay, so there we go. Aha! See, I know how to ask a question. Donkey show. Yeah.
Did you get 2? Oh yeah, for him.
Oh yeah.
Pour it in his glass. So, but they had these Harley Davidson limited edition sunglasses or some stupid shit like that, which was not real.
No.
But they were $55, and I thought she said 55 pesos, and I was like, "Oh, that's not a bad deal," because that's what.
$1.50?
Yeah, exactly. So, and then I'm counting on my money. She's like, "No, $55." She's like, "Those damn things are only $40 in the States at the time, and those were real. These were not." But it depends on what border town you go to. Some of them try to rip off the tourists because they
Okay.
know you're stupid Americans and you're drunk.
Were you going near Brownsville? Did you say?
Hell if I know. Dude, I was in the Corps. I was stationed at some base, and we snuck across when we weren't supposed to be.
Oh, were you in California?
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't Brownsville. Brownsville was Texas. So, yeah, we go there, and that's a nasty – I mean, Tijuana's bad, but across from Brownsville, that's nasty,
All I
too.
remember is we rented these cars, loaded up, drove for
El
a few
Centro.
hours, and then you can't drive the rental cars across the border, so we had to park in the parking lot, walk through.
'Cause the car
they let us in there just fine. It was the getting back out, and boy, they like to mess with us. So on the way back out, the customs and those people like that were showing them our military IDs. And they're like, oh, you weren't supposed to come across. Only E5s can come across. And we were all a bunch of E3s. And they're like, yeah, we're going to have to hold you here and call your, commanding officers. Yeah. And they knew that, they were just scaring the crap out of us. But we all started freaking out and everything like that.
And
but
you were how old at the time?
I was 19, I think.
Yeah. That's
scared the shit out of
that's
you.
gullible. They were fucking with you, man. That same kind of shit.
You don't want to get separated when you're in
No, the funny thing was,
know.
the whole time we were in Mexico, not a single person tried to sell us dope. As soon as we walked back across the border, someone was trying to sell us dope. And I was like, really, dude? We just came from Mexico.
In the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of like a border town.
Maybe it was like the last chance.
We're kind of like a border town, except you can't walk here, but they do they come by boat or styrofoam craft or a truck with inner tubes all around it.
Yeah, I was
like
going to say, Cuba, a country that's so great, they turn garbage into boats to get out of
that's
it.
right. But since we're talking about fireworks, I remember I'm going to talk about some of the things I did. And the first experience I had was when I was 12 years old. I was in my I've done, before they let you have firecrackers and stuff like that, I was allowed a sparkler before then. That doesn't count. So I had firecrackers. 12 years old. First time I had it, I couldn't resist it. I had a match, and I lit it inside my mother's husband at the time. I hate to call the guy stepfather because I didn't like him. Bruce, her house.
They called me Bruce.
I lit the firecrackers, and I just, what the fuck I'm doing? I'm trying to put out the wick on it and stuff like that, fuse, and I didn't realize that it wouldn't stop with just pinching it. And it just burned my hand, and then I tried to cover. Then I tried it. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that time. So I tried to cover my hand, so I burned it inside my palm. And then I just dropped it on the floor.
You're lucky you didn't blow off a finger, man.
It was one of the small ones.
Oh, a lady finger?
Yeah, lady fingers.
The little tiny red one?
The little tiny one. But it's still enough to burn your hand and also burn a nice hole in the carpet. And then
there you go.
Where you
then
really
we got
get
the
ass
Roman
whooping.
candles, and I accidentally hit a fire, a gas can next to a lawnmower with the Roman candle. Well, I wasn't aiming at it. I lit it, and it turned
This
it.
shit happened, man.
Yeah, I pointed in the wrong direction, man. The sucker hit the can, caught the spout.
Oh, yeah.
On fire?
Yeah, because it wasn't sealed. The fumes went up.
Oh, man.
So
That was good. That was
I don't
exciting.
remember my explosives good enough, but as long as the gas can burn off the top, it'll just keep drawing kind of like a wick
Correct.
from the fumes
Yeah, pretty
without
much.
actually exploding.
Yeah, you got to get a little bit of higher partial pressure or
Yeah, that sucker didn't blow
fuel
up.
air mix.
It didn't blow up.
That's-
it melted down.
That's what I was
but
going
what
to say.
happened is
That's why
that-
gas cans are plastic, not metal now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, what about this thing that was going around?
But then
Somebody
you
sent
guys
me
didn't.
on
No
the
one else did
internet.
that. No one ever fucking.
What?
Any stories? Your
Oh, yeah, man,
I
we
want to
used to
hear
have-
your stupid firecracker stories.
We used to
No,
have
mine are
Maybe mine too.
shameful.
we used to have
and-
Roman candle wars.
Yeah.
Oh well, everyone had that. In the
So we used to
but-
we used to play war, and we'd take firecrackers, man. You know how you could get them, and it came like the black hats.
Yeah,
came
yeah,
with
the
a-
string.
and so you could make few. So we would take, fucking pine cones, and we'd stuff firecrackers in them, and we'd throw them like it was a pineapple grenade.
Yeah.
And it blew pine cones everywhere.
Yeah.
And we used live BB guns on each other playing
Yeah,
war, right?
that
You
was
know.
pretty common.
Well, that's not it.
When I was
Fireworks.
a kid, the fireworks were still illegal here in Florida.
Yeah.
So, and I lived out in the country. So my cousin and I got this bright idea because we had black powder for muskets and stuff like that.
There you go. We'll make our own.
That's what we did. So we took one of those plastic cigar tubes and we filled it with black powder and drilled a hole in the
Holy
lid
shit.
and put a little bit of cannon wick on it and we lit that off at probably about midnight out in the horse pasture. It was like a half stick of dynamite when it went off. It
Wait. What, how'd you get the cord, the blasting cord?
Same way.
Yeah,
it was
just
for
can it.
musket stuff like that. So.
How long does it take? Do you know set that?
I have.
Depends on
It
how
was
long you
so
cut it.
damn quick. And
Yeah.
we just
Oh,
cut a
yes.
piece like this big, and we
Yeah.
stuck it in there, and we
Really?
lit it. And before we were even gone, it was off. And I could just remember not being able to hear for like 10 minutes. There was dirt everywhere. There was like this 2-foot hole in the ground. My aunt's lights came on in her trailer, and my dad's lights came on in his trailer. They thought somebody was out there shooting at the horses, and oh my God, yeah, we had to explain that after we regained our hearing. So that's probably my best firecracker story.
I
good
remember
one.
seeing a Clint Eastwood movie. I forget the one. It was with Eli Wallach, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and they were setting the cord. And he goes, "How long is this?" How he's going? How long is this cord burning? How long does it take? And they were so sure. I just remember they were so sure the length of cord, how long it took.
Right.
But and it was only until I went to college that I found out that they used the Irish when they were building the railroad. They used the Irish for the teams drilling through the mountains from the east to west, and they used the Chinese from west to east. And those guys used to die all the time because they
murdered
had
those
no
Chinese
idea
people bad.
how they had no certain way
Oh,
of how
yeah.
to set the timing on the cord was.
Right.
They just were cheap motherfuckers that they give them a cord and he goes, "That should be enough." Give an extra 2 feet
Yeah.
to get out of the hole.
Oh, yeah, and don't light it until I get the fuck
Yeah.
out
No,
of here.
well, someone's lighting it. One person, you don't need 2 guys to light it. But I can't believe it. Like, just give them extra cord. Make it. You know what? If you're not sure, it's 1
That
minute
costs extra
or 2
money.
minutes.
That
I
eats
know.
into
Yeah, I was
profits,
going to say,
man.
dude, not to drudge up history, but the Chinese and the Irish during that time were still slaves. So I'm sure
they
the
hated
cord
each
was more
other.
expensive than
the
they
Chinese
were.
or the Irish.
Well, it's still. Wait a second. It still takes time to train guys. It still no matter
No,
what.
you
No
bring
matter
up
what.
a-
There's some value. There's
a
some
great
value
point,
to them, and
man.
I'm sure. So I think.
I'm not saying it was
many
right. I'm
times-
just stating a
many
fact.
times. Many times, if you're just a dollar and cents person, it didn't make any sense.
Well, what? Okay.
And they
Again,
used to
I
come
know
in-
these are
they used to
horrible
write with the
subjects to bring up. but-
nitroglycerin, and after because it packed a bigger punch.
Right.
Then they use that for mining, nitroglycerin, and they used it out west. And nitro, well, actually, that was of
very
TNT.
unstable.
Nitro was, but TNT would sweat nitroglycerin.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why dynamite aged. The
Yeah.
longer it was, the better it was.
And
Yeah.
the more volatile it was.
Yes.
That's why
you
they
shake
say, when you're driving on the road and they're building a tunnel and it says, hey, all two-way radios have to be turned off because that was an
Blasting.
trigger,
Yep.
because you're in a blasting zone.
Okay, well, Bill, you did mention you had battles with Roman
he didn't
candles.
wanna
Oh,
get
yeah.
into
Roman
that.
Yeah, I
candles.
know.
Come on, you had to do something stupid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
I've done tons of stupid stuff.
Well, come on.
All through
You ever blow anything up?
Oh, yeah.
What's the biggest thing you've blown up?
Yep.
He can't say that, man. He's Bill
my father
CIA,
blew up,
man. He can't
blew
talk
up
about
something
that shit.
in his. My dad, Jim Horan Jr., which is senior because my grandfather long passed away. He and his cousin blew up, I think, a hot water heater
Oh, there you go.
in the house using a chemistry set.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's fun.
I burnt down.
Oh, you can
I
blow up
burnt
a lot of
down.
stuff with
I
hydrogen.
blew up my dad's. I think I blew it up or burned it down. My dad spent months building this model aircraft carrier, and I was watching the World at War, and I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I think I got lighter fluid and stuff like that, and I just recreated the bombing of the Yorktown.
See, that's why I never had kids, because I knew how fucked
I know.
up that was. That's
How
why I
fucked
never
up
had
is
children.
that? You spend all this time, and your kid takes it out and sets it on fire. What gross thing is this?
Shauner, what have you
Sean
made
Dickens.
us, man? Sean,
our
the bartender,
our
has
Sean
made
bartender
a...
has a beard like Zachary Taylor.
No, he looks like a character off of Cheers. I mean, not a
Cheers,
character.
no, from the
no,
1800s.
What I mean is when they
What is
open the show credits and
Oh,
they show pictures of
old
the old
time.
dudes.
Oh,
Old
yeah.
timey.
Yeah, he's...
It's a Starburst.
Is there anything repugnant in it?
Repugnant.
So what's it? Okay, here. Tell us what's in it. Tell them what's called.
Smirnoff. This is a Starburst. It's got Smirnoff orange vodka, amaretto, 3-to-1 mixture, and a little cranberry juice and Sprite.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
I can't start doing shots this early in the day.
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But can you make one?
Bill, I'll split it with you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We're going to get your own.
Well, then
Bill.
I'm going to
You don't
wait
get
till you
second.
get one.
Okay.
man,
Well, we'll wait.
because-
We'll have
So
one
you
together.
blew up a hot water heater.
I didn't blow it. My dad did.
Oh, okay.
I burnt down his
The ship.
the aircraft carrier.
Yeah, well, after that cigar tube homemade pipe bomb, that got my cousin and
There
I
we go.
thinking. And again, we lived out in the country, so we actually started taking like galvanized plumbing pipe and making real pipe bombs and doing exactly what you would expect a bunch
With
of
the metal caps.
Well, it
and the
does
lead
taste
pipe
like
with
a
the metal caps.
Starburst.
doing exactly what you would
Wait, hold-
expect a bunch of dumb country folks to do.
All
So
right.
we drilled holes in them, and we would fill the cap with kitchen house matches and just take 2 wires, twist them together, run them through the cap, cover it with wax, and then we drop them down in the water and connect them to a car battery. It was the best fishing I ever did.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know the Boudreaux joke about fishing, right?
What?
Boudreaux's boom fishing out there on the dock, throwing sticks of dynamite in. Game
Okay.
warden comes up, tells Boudreaux, "Hey, you can't do that. You can't fish with dynamite." Boudreaux lights up stick, hands it to the game warden, going, "You gonna arrest me? Or you gonna fish?"
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, all of us have our
Now-
fingers.
Yeah, I know. No, not you really haven't had fun until you get to start playing with det cord.
What? That,
You really haven't.
Oh, yeah.
You really haven't had fun until you get to start playing with det cord.
With
Tell
what?
me about it.
Oh, det cord, man! You can cut concrete.
Oh, dead cord.
You
Yeah,
can cut
yeah.
a couple pieces of angle iron, a little bit of det cord. You can cut 4-foot concrete pillars. Boom, straight down.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I've never played with it.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they don't just give it to anybody. You
Yeah.
gotta have enough money to bribe somebody.
What was
for
that? There was a
something.
Well-
movie. God, with
What
the
movie?
kid goes and gets a construction. He has a construction identification. I forgot that one called not Rosemont. It's about a private school.
Rosebud.
No, oh jeez, I can't do association.
Red Rum.
Not Red Rum. That's Shining. And you're talking about Citizen Kane, the first one, Rosebud. No. So the young kid wanted to get a bunch of dynamite, and he got a construction, a license as a construction, licensed construction.
Hey,
general
remember on
contractor.
Andy Griffith when they had to walk a loaded goat out of town?
A loaded goat?
Yeah, the goat ate a whole bunch of TNT.
TNT.
Oh, they had to walk it out?
Yep.
Yeah, and had to walk. That was one of the early episodes. And Otis, the town drunk. So when I was a young growing up, man, Andy Griffith Show was so important. We had a club called Club Otis because we were all the town drunks.
Yeah.
And we did stupid shit like Otis. Never mind, I'll shut the fuck up. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, Otis
No,
about
that
lived
was
in
a
that
good one.
jail cell. That's where he was every day, sobering up.
What the fuck did Otis do for a living?
Drank.
No, actually, he was a farmer, man.
No fucking way.
Yeah, man. He lived out there in the sticks with his old lady, and he would get away from her every so often.
He wore a
He'd go-
suit. He came in town in a suit.
Well, yeah. 'cause
Dude,
that's
if you're a
what country
farmer, when you
boys
go
do.
into town, you wear a suit.
If you're going to be impotent, you might as well look impotent.
How the fuck? No. I thought he was like a insurance salesman or something like that.
Someone's going to have to look it up eventually.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna find out what Otis did. That's
All
all
right,
right.
he's got
That's
their
all right.
Google
Okay, we're gonna.
handy, man.
We're There was. I wanted to ask you a question about the. Tony was mentioning that they had some puns with countries since we're doing independence, but I thought about some Revolutionary War things, and they're pretty lame. But
Can't
they're
be any
really
worse than
horrible.
mine.
But I mean, they did have jokes, and Benjamin Franklin wrote in the. He used to have a lot of give and take. He was a publisher way before he was one of our founding fathers, and he used to go back and forth with one of the other publishers in Boston, then Philadelphia, and he would always report the death of the guy in one of his publications, and the guy would always have to send a letter that says, "I'm not dead." And Benjamin Franklin would write another story. He says, "Miraculous recovery." From the, yeah, he was hilarious. He was fucking hilarious. So, Benjamin Franklin in his day,
word, man.
Benjamin
Gay
Franklin
was
in his
happy
day-
back then. Gay wasn't gay.
No, Benjamin Franklin Benjamin Franklin was one of the greatest humorists at the time.
He was a very clever guy.
Yeah, very clever guy. So we got some Revolutionary War ones, and I wonder if there's some they probably had some really good dirty ones too. But we couldn't get the way they would talk about deliberately dirty. Yeah, the French.
Well,
the French were involved with the revolution, and they told their stuff was they were very openly
I've read a lot
bold,
of weird
I guess you would call them, and stuff like that.
I heard even King George was actually backing us anyway because it was all part of the conspiracy with the Illuminati or some kind of bullshit.
Is this one of your made up shit like
no,
before with the lizard people?
Okay, no.
He makes up his fucking. He was a what? What were you?
This one I just remember reading about. It's somebody else's made up.
What
shit.
was your moon thing? Was the thing you were telling me the moon? You didn't believe we made it on the moon?
No. We of course we landed on the moon.
No, what's
we
the other
discovered.
thing?
We
The
discovered
Earth is flat.
that there was
The Earth is
aliens.
flat?
No, I'm not a flat earther.
No, what was the
man.
one you made up? You were making up.
The aliens are taking over the fucking planet by making it warmer.
Yeah, not anymore. Will Smith saved us. You know what? Like 15 years ago today, this day from the aliens.
I thought it was. Wasn't it the guy from Battlefield Earth? Wasn't it John Travolta and Tom Cruise that saved us?
You remember that movie that
from
had,
from Scientologist? They saved us from the Cyclos.
I was making an Independence Day movie joke.
Oh, I understand that. I'm saying. Well, I'm making a Battlefield Earth joke.
I don't remember that either.
Battlefield Earth was a really
I remember the movie, but I don't remember the Independence Day
movie.
reference.
It really was the worst movie John Travolta ever made.
Maybe not. Staying Alive was pretty horrible.
Well, I didn't.
Face Off wasn't the best either.
In that era.
And Face Off. What?
Face Off wasn't that great either. So.
No, you think about it. They took the face off someone. They didn't change their bone structure.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything with it. They just took the skin off of someone's face. I would posit a theory.
Hey,
the bones are more determinant on how you look than the skin.
Well, considering that John Travolta's character was 100 pounds heavier than what's his name's character,
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, how on earth do they do that without some serious liposuction?
Yeah.
So I've been watching these old episodes of Mission Impossible, and so Mission Impossible it started in the '60s, early '60s and stuff, and it stars these people that nobody will remember: Barbara Bain and fucking Martin Landau,
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves. He's on in the first season or so. He comes in later, man.
Holy fuck!
I don't even remember the first guy because he kind of sucks. I never liked him. And so the whole first season, they didn't even have this tape will self-destruct till the very end of the season. He would drive around. He'd find. Evidently, in the '60s, there was a lot of places that had fucking places where you could burn shit, open flames and stuff,
or West Virginia.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's where Luke's from. Okay,
No, man, these are on the side of a building. Here's this big.
I'm really fascinated by direction we're going.
No, you really should check it out, man. Never mind, I'll shut fuck up.
No, I'm not telling you that. I was interested. We started out Mission Impossible, and there are a lot of places you can.
I think what he was getting to is that instead of the mission blowing up after you watched it, he just drove by and threw it into an open flame.
A trash can.
Yeah,
you could do that in Philly in the 80s. They used to have barrels all the time. Matter of fact, in Rocky, you see it. It used to be really top-flight singing groups, quartets singing outside of garbage fires inside of.
Yeah, they moved all that to Detroit.
Oil drums. Yeah.
Hey, Bill, where was the
Wait.
Mission Impossible? Where was their home base? Because they never make that clear.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
I don't know, Langley.
Hey, where's Shawner, man? That'd be a good.
That would be a
on your
really
trivia question,
interesting question for someone that was interested in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And which we aren't. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you didn't
we're gonna rewind a little bit.
I love Hong Kong Fooey.
No, that's Hong Kong Foo. I was talking about Kung Fu.
I love Kung Fu. Snatch this pebble from my hand.
Yeah.
David Carradine.
David Carradine.
And then evidently, I guess he got caught
walk
jerking
the
off
earth,
and
that's
hanging
all he
himself
did.
at the same time, and everybody hates him now. And
That was awesome. To have a Caucasian guy play a Chinese American. Oh my God!
You know, actually, it was supposed to be Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And it was Bruce Lee's
I know,
idea.
Bruce Lee died.
But the
racist.
Well, they just didn't think
Stoner head
that
case
he
came
was-
and took it off on a different
Okay, you're
tangent.
close enough. Anyway.
Took it on a different tangent when he came up with the
I'm
idea.
vibrating, man.
Oh, he's vibrating.
Vibrating.
Okay, we're going to
it's
get back.
hit my nuts.
Okay, we're going to go back
it's
to
my
Otis.
wife.
Otis.
He was a glue dipper at a furniture company.
A glue dipper. Now that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
A glue
He
dipper.
was a glue dipper
And you know what
at
he
a
made glue
furniture
with?
company.
Dead horses.
Yep.
Or they became dead horses. Old horses they made.
Wild horses.
Hey, you know what, Luke? Next time if you had
He was a horse fucking gluer.
a furniture dipper,
a
a
glue dipper in a furniture factory.
Oh, no wonder he is so fucked up, man. The glue they had back
Dude,
then
I know,
was
man.
like really potent.
Okay, well,
Well, really, that's what it says.
Yeah. Yeah,
He was
just
a
look it
glue
up.
dipper.
Glue dipper. At a
Okay,
furniture factory.
now, look, folks. I mean, if you're really at a loss, or we're talking about Otis, it was just
Otis
imagine
Campbell
this is
from the
bullshit
Andy Griffith
show, Andy Griffith show, back in the '60s.
What do you mean bullshit show?
Oh, let me tell you why it's bullshit. Because they
not
were in the middle of
bullshit.
North Carolina. No one was a racist.
That's the best show ever.
No one was a racist. Ron Howard, the big-time fucking director, was the little kid called Opie. Now, Andy Griffith was the sheriff. He never had a gun, and he kept control of the
did.
town. He
He
never
had-
had a gun.
he had
No. What's his
rifles.
name had a gun?
No.
He did it
Don
out of
Knotts over a
respect.
gun.
Yeah, Barney.
No, Barney
What?
Five had a
Yeah,
gun,
Barney
but he couldn't
Five-
have
Barney
a bullet
Five,
in it.
they didn't let him have the bullet.
No.
He had to
Well,
keep it in his pocket.
I've seen several.
They let him have the bullets, but the gun was too heavy, so he kept the bullets in his pocket.
Oh, he kept the bullets in his pocket.
And I've
No,
seen
no,
se-
'cause he kept
several
pulling it out and
episodes
shooting
where
shit
Barney's
by
been
accident.
out, or
And-
not Barney,
and-
but
Oh, I thought it was
Andy
because he was
Hunter.
too heavy.
Okay, well,
He didn't
no,
carry.
he didn't carry a gun as the sheriff of Mount Holyoke.
Mayberry.
No,
Mayberry,
man,
whatever.
Mayberry,
What the
man.
fuck?
Right outside of Mount
Holyoke,
Pilot.
Mount
man.
Mount Pilot. It's two
Mount
towns you never
Holyoke.
fucking heard about.
That's cornhole.
and it's stuff like this.
Man.
And I'll tell you, it was a part. It never existed. A place that never existed because there was no racist in that part of North Carolina, which there was tons of at that time in the '60s.
But then the same token, is there any black people on the Andy Griffith show?
No.
No, wait. Aunt B didn't have like a cleaning lady that came in?
No.
No, man.
A lady
Aunt
that
B
did the
was
laundry?
a cleaning lady.
No.
Aunt B was the
Aunt
the
B, and Aunt B,
substitute for
and
barefoot.
Aunt B had a
pregnant.
weird accent. It was not quite Southern.
No,
Wasn't
it's
like
totally
English.
Southern.
Totally
no, it's,
Southern.
It's totally
Ooh,
Southern.
Andy.
Yeah, that's
Man,
that's,
you
that's,
go up in
that's,
you go
that,
up in the hills of West Virginia. It sounds more like Scottish than Southern.
Well, no, that's Elizabethan. That's what they said.
No, it's not even Elizabethan.
No, they said Elizabethan. It's more Shakespearean.
No, it's fucking Scottish. Straight up fucking
well,
Scots.
if you do a little research, they say the Appalachian.
I don't have to do research. I used to live up in that place.
Yeah.
I know, but linguists know what Scottish is, and
I've
they know
done
what
some research.
they know. No, but linguists know what Scottish was. You
Okay.
mean you may have worked there and stuff like that and heard that, but what they're suggesting is that the type of the way they do their inflection and stuff like that is from the late 1500s, early 1600s England,
No,
which
no, no,
sounds now Scotland preserves it
Scotland.
more
They're
probably
Celtic
are more
speaking.
true to that accent than
Okay.
nowadays. But no, if you just
That's
listen to it, I
fine.
remember they were saying that. I was in the English class. And
Don't
then
you
I did some
remember
research.
Gone with the Wind?
That he was Irish.
No, I'm not talking about
Mr. O'Hara.
him. I'm talking about fucking Scarlett. She had that same accent as fucking Aunt B. Pretty close.
She was English. The actress was English.
Well, I'm just saying.
She was faking a Southern accent, man.
Man,
And
there's
just
nothing
and
worse
what's
than
his name?
fucking a girl
and then what's his
faking an
name?
orgasm with a Southern
Yeah, no. And what's his name? Ashley Wilkes.
Southern accent.
Ashley Wilkes was the original Scarlett Pimpernel, which was the
Well, good for her.
Ashley Wilkes, right?
I'm pretty
And
sure
he
they've
had
got a
that-
shot
and
to
he
fix
did not,
that.
And Ashley Wilkes had gone with the wind, had that fucking British accent all the way. Okay, here's one. What do you when you get one of the signers and original inventors of Can I get it? Can you get a draft though on that? I don't know. Yeah.
Can he?
So could you? I think
He
can
might be
remember
able to.
this. When you cross one of our original signers at Declaration of Independence, who was also an inventor, with a monster, what would you get?
I don't know.
Benjamin Frankenstein.
Oh.
I know, this is just,
That'd
you
be
know
a-
what?
no, that'd be if he
we say
married
fuck
into a
so
Jewish
often.
family.
Okay,
Yeah.
what was the craziest battle of the Revolutionary War? Come on, you guys got to remember. Kind of. This is almost like a riddle. The Battle of Bonkers Hill.
Oh.
If you crossed a vegetable with our first president, what would you get? Jackie? Do you know what that is? What? George Washington. Yeah, see? What did the British do to the British because of the Stamp Act?
What did the British do to the British because of the what?
What did the Americans do to the British because of the Stamp Act?
No idea.
They licked them. Licked them. That's kind of dirty, too. They licked them, the Stamp Act. You don't remember the Stamp Act?
Yes.
Do you know what the Stamp Act was back in 1773?
Yeah. I'm alive, man. I don't know what the fuck
Okay. Jesus. You never heard of Jesus either, then, probably. Okay.
We have. He just left
around then either.
He just left.
Jesus was going to come mow my yard yesterday, but he didn't show up.
I thought he just left Chicago.
And he was bound for New Orleans, last I heard.
What did dogs do to participate in the American Revolution?
Peed on stuff.
The Boston Flea Party.
Oh.
Boston Flea Party.
Yep.
And England. Let me say this about England. Here's your pun for this. They don't have kidney banks, but they do have Liverpools. They have a Liverpool. Someone said I'm saying that's my lame ass fucking jokes for the.
He
I
was
saw
working
one on
really
I
hard
saw one on
that earlier.
Facebook, and I can't remember it now.
Say it, I'll remember
That's
it.
good.
Well, it's these 4 words that they're spelled one way here in the States, and they're spelled almost the exact same way over in England, except for there's a letter U in it. So the joke was the word in American, and then the word in English is missing the U.
Whoa. Okay.
So when you get to the last one, England says, what the fuck, America? And it says, we got rid of you.
There
We're
you
getting rid of you. Got it.
go. Color, honor.
Yeah, color was one.
Color,
Honor.
Yeah, those are the only 2 that are coming to mind.
Yeah, there was
The
4
only
of them.
one I remember is can't understand normal thinking.
That's too dirty, man. They can't use that word. We can use it. We can use it.
Thinking.
We shouldn't use it.
Oh, I just discovered there's a
Actually,
chat
it's
on this
become
thing.
a word that's in vogue.
Oh, in
now.
Britain, though, actually,
It's just like-
in Britain, it doesn't mean what it means here.
Well, just like
I just discovered there's a chat on this interface. We gotta say hi to
What's that other
Sharkette
word
of
in-
Oz, who sent us a chat for happy birthday or happy 4th of the
Snarkcat.
4th.
Snarkcat.
Snarkcat.
Snarkcat of Oz. How you doing, Snarkcat?
She
What
says,
did someone
happy
say about
4th,
the
guys.
donkey? Okay.
Oh, donkey shows.
We were talking about a donkey show, Snarkcat, in Tijuana. And it was,
Yeah.
let me put it in as best
Yeah,
of
go ahead,
PG.
put it in.
Put it in as the best of PG-13.
Let's see if you can put it in.
This would be a woman on stage, and I'm not assuming, Snarkcat, that you would know what we're talking about. You
sure
may.
she probably
I know, but Snarkcat of Oz. But
with that handle, I'm thinking she probably knows.
No, who knows? And you have a woman that's kind of experienced in the ways of pleasuring some God's creatures. She probably didn't start out with horses and donkeys, but at this point, what they do is they do a show for a group of inquisitive young men most of the time. Because by the time when you're older, you say, I've seen that, I heard it. They just go and they do something that normally only other female horses or donkeys do with
Donkeys?
them. And
Donkeys, yep.
Donkey show. They
There
call
you
it
go.
donkey.
Donkey show.
Okay, fucking donkey then. donkey.
donkey. It's spelled with O. It's a donkey.
Donkey.
It's not like a donkey.
So at-
Potato, motherfucker.
At one of those shows, one of the guys
that's
that we
like
were there
boiling
with,
ribs.
he passed out before that part of the show.
Oh, man.
What happened? And the horse came over and violated him? No.
And woke up
Oh.
after they walked the horse off. The best part was they asked if anybody in the audience wanted to come up and orally pleasure this woman. He didn't know what happened, and I'm just going to leave the story at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, man, there's nothing
Well, you
wrong
know-
with a little donkey jizz, man.
Wow.
You know, as long as she.
I don't know if they make enough toothbrushes.
No, well,
I
that's
bet that donkey didn't have headpiece.
Probably not.
No, they could have a whole. There could be some kind of
Anthrax.
equine herpes.
Yeah, well, that's
That
fine.
could
It's
be-
equine. I'm not getting it.
Well, it could be like fucking swine flu or.
There you go.
It could be worse. It could be anthrax. That's where it comes from. Is horses and donkeys.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Even better.
Cattle. And yeah, and you know.
Anthrax actually.
Yeah, you
occurs
got to be
naturally.
really. You got to be really
in
careful around those things when you go interspecies. 'Cause there's things that are
Interspecies.
interspecies because
Oh.
you're not used to that. And
Well.
it's just those things that are on that part of the body.
I'm sorry. I was always happy just beating off if I couldn't hook up with an actual woman.
Well, since you're speaking of those kind of diseases, you guys do know where chlamydia comes from, right?
Chickens, right?
Sheep.
No, man, koala bears,
It's
man.
from sheep.
Cheap.
Chlamydia. Yep.
Well, they have a problem with
Daddy.
koalas having chlamydia.
Daddy.
Well, that's really interesting. That wow. I mean,
You let us go into a hole, man. You got to pull us out.
Yeah.
no. I think we're there, so we're going to exploit it.
Oh, there we go.
Why not?
Exploit
It's
the
much
hole?
much like fucking prisons, right?
What do you think of the rectum as a whole?
Rectum.
Damn
Near
near
killed him.
Well, we can go back to the orifice and analyze
Well, we
it.
can go back to fireworks on that too, because
Man,
on Facebook
oh,
I seen one today
God,
that
no.
said,
Tell
The
me
butthole,
somebody
the
didn't
guy
do
that put the
that.
fireworks in
well,
the
it says, just remember this 4th of July, no one wants to see you shoot a Roman candle out your butt, but we all want to hear the story afterwards.
yeah. Man, that would be.
See, yes, so that's why my ball hair never grew back.
You're choding us. Get it, chode?
Yeah.
You burn
Get
your
it.
taint?
What did I say? I don't even remember. I was thinking of a joint that I rolled earlier, and I just
Don't
remembered where it
bogart
was.
that
A
joint, my friend.
What, it is about time?
We've been doing this for just over 46 minutes.
Well,
Okay,
happy motherfucking 4th of July to everybody.
You know what? Let's send that. I'm going to try to remember all the cities we're getting really good listens from right now. We got Binghamton, Minnesota, San Jose, California, San Jose, Costa Rica. That person came in. We had some people that came in that were listening to us from San
There
Jose,
you
Costa
go.
Rica.
Yeah, you're telling
in
me.
California. And that happens to be, I don't know if it's necessarily that. We have Philadelphia, New York, Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas. We're looking for a couple more from New York. We don't have any New England listeners.
Thank
right
God
wanna
no
hear
one.
from somebody
Thank God
from
no one from
Butt-
Key
We got
Largo
Portland,
listens to
Portland,
this.
Portland, Oregon, Poland, Cohemcha, to my Polish listeners.
Hopefully, we
Like-
improve your English,
Yeah,
man.
me. Okay. Oh, you know some
No,
nice,
our
know some
Polish
nice
listeners,
Spanish.
man.
Say something. We got some listeners in Spain.
Uno más cerveza, por favor.
To our listeners in Spain. Yes, and France. Je me souviens.
Parlez-vous,
Do you
humma
remember
humma?
me? I remember you. And what other? We got Korea. We have Finland, Sweden,
Sweden. Nice.
England,
It's Swedish
Scotland.
meatball.
That's what I was
Wales.
going to say. You could ask those listeners. Do they just call them meatballs over there, or are they still Swedish meatballs?
Or we don't have any Russian.
Oh, okay.
And what do they call it? Did they call it
Russian roulette or just roulette?
roulette? Yeah.
Yeah.
They call it a
Oh,
fun
we
Saturday night.
we probably
You know.
probably get some Russians.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
They don't have the same fucking humor. They're much darker than we are.
Oh,
We're
hell
pretty dark
no.
sometimes. Right?
For a really
Listen.
pale race that lives up in near the goddamn North fucking pole that don't have any. I mean, look at Putin when he rides
He
around
does
shirtless
not like
on his
fucking
horse.
Russians. Okay, that's good.
No,
Well,
I mean,
you know what?
Putin is a fucking white motherfucker.
No, we're not going to
man.
get any money from Russia. It doesn't matter. Fuck him. You're right.
Can't do
No,
nothing. with
Russia's got a lot of
rubles.
money, man.
Fuck no, but they're
Yeah, they're going to
not
be
going
in
to
charge
listen to us
anyway,
because
man.
we're not going to bow down to the Russian bear. That's us. Luke and I
They
are
don't
being
care
smaller,
about
right?
bowing down to the Russian.
We're
bear.
not. We're not bending over for Putin, right? Maybe Luke will. You're
I'm
shaking your
not,
head.
man.
If you're still thinking
No,
Putin
no,
runs
I'm
that country,
not.
What if
you're
he
in a
gives
world
you?
of shit.
What if he rode up on you bare-chested horseback? Would you? Would you?
Well, I was going to ask if you
I
knew the
could.
difference between Putin and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
What?
one's
Well,
got balls and
no.
one doesn't.
One's
man.
a lot friendlier with Donald Trump.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
One
One's
can
win a rigged election.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
One's the girlfriend. One's the girlfriend of Donald
Couldn't
Trump.
get it out.
or
That's a
Donald
great
Trump's
one.
the girlfriend of Vladimir Putin.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
Fuck all them
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Dude, he does
anyway.
whatever the Russian
All I
mob
can
tells
say
him
is
to.
this:
Yes,
I'm
he
glad I
does.
do not have children. I can pass away in this world, leaving my own misery to myself without passing
Wait,
it
there's
along.
a legacy of who you run into and people like that, aren't there? Like the
Man.
happiness that you spread in your Melody Mobile, your van that goes up and down with your to the places you go and play, and all the motherfucking words. you
Melody
spend on
Mobile.
Your Melody Mobile. I call it the Melody. You like that, the Melody
I'm gonna
Mobile?
spray paint that down the side.
You like that?
No, I don't, man. If I had a fucking proper van that I fucking liked, man, I would say, okay, yeah, you can call it whatever you want. But no, I'm driving around.
We're gonna
I'm
get you
spray
a fucking
paint that-
Melody Mobile.
I'm gonna spray
We're gonna
paint
get
that
one.
down the side.
Yeah, when you do
So
the
does
Melody
anybody have
Mobile,
a
it's gonna be
fucking-
like Mr. Happy Man going. down
Yeah,
those-
I've got a full size Ford van, but it's got 300,000 miles on it. It's falling apart. I gotta buy a new one,
So,
another one. You mean
or a newer one.
a newer one?
so
I'm gonna correct.
Do you
you.
need
I have
seats in the
seen
back?
So many awesome
Okay.
ones, man.
I might have one for you.
Oh, real? Whoa! There we go. We're gonna do. And Luke, the next thing is we'll probably do some kind of. Maybe we could do some kind of campaign where we try to raise money for your van and get you. a
Nah,
van.
I don't do that. Man.
No,
No, but if I do it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to
No,
participate.
no,
I'll just give you the money.
No, I can't do that.
that's
Okay.
charity. Poor white trash don't take charity.
No. I
Sorry,
gotta-
ain't gonna
I'll
happen.
Get it. I'll make it.
Wait, do you take money for exchange of services?
Yes.
Okay, this is the service right here. Okay.
No, that's charity. That's
Okay,
different.
well, that's all right. Okay, I'll withhold that. I'll remember that. You were here for that. Okay, well, I'm Jim,
Well,
the
another
Keys
thing
bartender.
is-
We're going to start saying goodbye. Happy 4th of July. We're going to thank Tony Allen, the Keys mortician.
Anytime.
Thank you, Tony.
very much.
Appreciate.
We'd like to
I
thank
like
Luke.
hanging out with Tony.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
He's a cool cat, man.
He's a cool cat. According to Luke Glenn, Tony Allen is a cool cat. Okay.
One cool cat.
Yep.
What else you got there, Jim?
I don't have anything else, man.
Why not? 4th of July.
4th of July. Happy 4th of July.
Independence
You know what?
Day.
You know what?
All right, then
Oh,
fuck
wait.
you. Stick
Or
a
as they say
firecracker
over-
in your
Let's
ass,
do.
blow
Wait.
yourself up.
Or
We
as
got
they
a
say
couple
over in
musicians
England.
right here. Why don't we?
In Grateful
Why don't we
Colonist
sing,
Day.
Why don't we sing?
In Grateful Colonist
There
Day.
you
No,
go. I like
without
that
any
one.
trace.
Oh, it's in
without-
Grateful Colonist Day.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
but in
Would you like
Took me a
smallpox?
few times to
Oh.
get that, but
Why
yeah.
don't we sing
How you doing? You're kind of cute. You want
The
smallpox?
anybody want to just do one verse of the Star Bank,
No.
One verse of what?
the Star Spangled Banner?
No.
I think we've all been drinking too much for that.
Yeah.
We can't pull a Roseanne Barr on this.
Oh,
No, I don't
oh
think-
my God!
No,
No,
it'd be horrible,
can't
man.
disrespect it. That, but, I mean, you just
No.
can't do that.
And I mean,
I don't
that-
think we disrespect it. I think we just
No, that's a hard song to sing straight off the cuff.
No,
without,
and it's really
little-
hard to say. And see, and I've heard you sing,
American
Jim,
Beautiful.
and
Oh,
you have a
fuck
hard
you, man.
time with
That's-
pitch and stuff.
that's
man.
hard.
Yeah.
And America
No, I
is
think-
beautiful.
You have a
Are you
hard
even-
time with math and spelling.
No, I have a hard time with math. I'm a better smeller than I am a fucking.
He's a damn good smeller. I can smell him all the way over here.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
I'm a pretty fart smeller.
Okay, well, this is episode 83. In
83. I thought we was up to 84 or
Send it-
5 by now.
83,
man. What the
No, we're
fuck,
gonna-
man?
83. It's good.
You've been slacking, man. Ever since I went to driving cab, man, you're just dropping the fucking ball. What's up with that, man?
Listen, you lazy motherfucker, come and make up a couple new episodes yourself. If you got any great ideas, I'll just produce another
So
show.
do I have to come
tomorrow.
and then make it up, or can I come and make up at the same
Come
time?
and go, do whatever you want. Your little dribble going out.
All right,
In the next 3 weeks, I'll be over Thursday. I think before we do your show, I'll go over to. I think we'll go over to Sharky's.
Sharkies.
every other Thursday.
Oh, you every other Thursday?
Every other Thursday.
Are you
yeah.
there next Thursday?
No, I'm there this Thursday.
Ah, shit, I can't do it. My girls are going away on Monday.
Well, there you
Okay.
go.
You know what?
Well, thank y'all. We appreciate y'all listening and spend time with the Keys Bartender Podcast. I think our next one's going to be next Tuesday from Blackwater Siren.
Yes, that is correct.
I'm gonna have to
Siren, man.
Siren. And I'm going to have to tell Jim to bring his own equipment because I'm still going to be up in North Carolina.
Nothing could be finer than to lick on her vagina
We're going to do it
in the morning.
We're going to do it around 4:30 then, so you can make it there on
Nothing could be sweeter than for her to lick my Peter in the morning.
Yeah,
we would never bicker if she'd only let me dick her in the morning.
You want a patriotic one? Yank my doodle. It's a dandy.
Okay.
Spank my noodle.
Thank you.
Yep.
We certainly appreciate y'all listening, and it's probably about time to sign off here. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwans.com.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.